Okay, morning year seven. As always, thank you to those of you doing the work, logging on and making sure you're doing the work to the best of your ability. That's absolutely brilliant. So I did say I was going to get some feedback on lesson 3, all right? So I've got the Google Classroom up here, and it doesn't matter if you're in 7M or 7F or 7D or whatever, it doesn't matter. You all have the same lesson 3. So let me just click on this and just very quickly run through with you, these things, okay, because this is probably the most important thing to try and work out, okay. Now, usually I give you a glossary at the start of the lesson and I tell you the meanings of the words, but in this case, just to go over and make sure that you got them correct, I did hand over this task to you. So industrial, really what you want to be thinking about there is anything to do with like factories and manufacturing, okay. So what you're looking at is a time in history when before this time, pretty much everyone, unless you were like really rich, everyone worked on the land, okay, like as a farmer. All right, so they lived in their kind of like little huts or their wooden houses, and every day they get up and basically go to where they're growing their crops or looking after their animals, right? And then the Industrial Revolution starts, and we'll obviously get into why it starts perhaps in a future lesson. But the industrial period, then people stop working on farms, and they moved to the cities. Now, not everyone, of course. Some people still remain on the farms, but a lot of people went to live in the cities, and instead of working on farms, they started working in factories instead, okay? So industrial is all about like factories and manufacturing, okay? And revolution, I'm not sure if anyone's able to see this. I don't think so. I had a good conversation with the people on Google Classroom about what that word actually meant. So strictly speaking, a revolution is kind of like something turning, isn't it? Like a wheel revolves, all right? But in this context, what it means is something changes, okay? And something changes dramatically. It's not just a small change, it is a massive change. So the Industrial Revolution is all about this time when people went from the farms to the cities to work in these factories, okay? And that was the massive change that took place. And when you look out, into a community today and you go for a walk, say, we tend to live in towns or cities. Not many of us live in the countryside anymore. Now, you may be able to take a quick walk to the countryside from your house, but you still live in a town. And so the Industrial Revolution was the start of this process, okay? So it happens around about the year 1750, and we are still living with the effects of this time, okay? Right then, so that was basically what I wanted to go over with you for lesson 3. And for lesson 5, okay, so lesson 4 was set by Miss Sullivan. She did some map work for you, okay. Lesson 5 then is all about the transport changes that happened during the Industrial Revolution. All right, so we all already know the wood revolution is all about a massive change, and it wasn't just people moving from the farms to the cities. We're now thinking about what inventions were made, okay. So you've got a task here to watch a video, answer these questions in the boxes provided, watch the next video, and then sort these adjectives into the box there, okay? So that's what you need to do for lesson 5, year 7. All right, so best of luck with that, and keep up with the good work. Cheers, year 7.